All right, you ready to go upstairs? All right, Mark, Lissette, go! What's up, Pisces? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Okay, guys, so my son was just all over the place. I'm like, if you can't sit still, you gotta go upstairs for this video. There he goes. Now, let's see what's going on, guys. This is going to be your December mid-month reading, and this will be from December 15th to January 15th. So let's see what is going on for the sign of Pisces, my rising sign. Let's see what's happening here. What is going on with the lovely sign of Pisces? Okay, from December 15th to January 15th, what is happening with the sign of Pisces? Okay, guys, let's get into this. So the energy that you have is the 8 of Swords in the reverse. I always see this as a powerful card, although some people may view it as conflicting at times. But this is when, you know, we choose to see a situation clearly for what it is. Okay? You get out of your head with any negative thoughts. You know, you get any sort of, you know, anything that you may misconstrue, you get that out of your head and you see things plainly for what it is, okay? Behind that, we have the Knight of Wands. So for some of you, there could be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. That's very important for you this month. And then we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So there's a situation here that, you know, it could be bad, but there's somebody that's taking this bad situation and literally just adding fuel to the fire, okay? Making it worse than what it needs to be. The first card we have for the past is the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so if there is any sense of juggling or if there is any sense of indecision, just trying to find balance, you guys were able to do so. You know, there could have been something here that was dropped, all right? And with the 7 of Pentacles, it could have been something that you were being very patient with or a decision that you made where now you're being patient. But we have the Death card. So I feel like, you know, you guys have put a lot of time, invested a lot of hard work into something, but you just decide that, you know, it's not going to work. You got to let it go. For others of you, this could also be deciding to go into a new chapter in your life, okay? Because with the Death card, you know, yeah, you know, some things may end, but it also talks about new things that come in. Now, we have the 5 of Swords in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. So this is going to be a situation that you just don't want to fight. You don't want to argue. And you may be really, really in your head about this, okay? Now, the next card here is the Emperor in the reverse. So there's someone that's wearing a mask, okay? There's somebody that's coming off as very powerful, or came off, since this is in the past. Someone who came off as, you know, just very powerful, like they genuinely want what's best for them and those around them. You know, but it's like they're taking that power that they know they have and they're using it to their advantage, you know, to manipulate a situation. And we have the 3 of Swords in the reverse where, you know, this could have been a situation that although you may have ended it, there was still an emotional investment in it, okay? This is a card where we just try to suppress emotions, okay? Where you could tell the whole world, you know, I'm good, it doesn't bother me, I'm fine, I'm over it. But then you get home and you break down, okay? And we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse, okay? So that's just with what I said, you know, that's your energy. So with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, that's someone who's overly emotional about something, you know, just feeling very emotionally unstable with a circumstance that happened. And, you know, it could have been due to new love that came in or a new start that came in that emotionally, you know, really gratified you. But then out of nowhere, you know, there's this sudden change where you're feeling a loss and you feel like you have to give up on someone or something, okay? The last card you have for the past is a 2 of Swords. So you're between a rock and a hard place. You're really just trying to figure out, you know, what decision to make out of 2 things. So this could be, you know, you guys having to choose between 2 people, having to choose between 2 different paths, having to choose between 2 different jobs, having to choose whether or not you want to part ways with someone, okay, or a situation. And with the Two of Cups in the reverse, I feel that you may choose to let it go, or whatever it is that you're undecided about could be causing a lot of arguments that make you think that you have to just leave this in the past. Now, in the present moment, you have the Hanged Man. So with the Hanged Man, there's a sense of limbo. There's a sense of not being able to move, not knowing how you want to move forward because of the loss that you feel. Okay? This is going to be a situation, guys, where I feel that you, at the present moment, just with what we have so far, you may be focusing too much on what you lost as opposed to how you can move forward and how you can build yourself up after this loss. All right, and we have the Nine of Swords. Okay? Guys, this is a really, really mental thing. Okay? If you're stuck somewhere, you have the ability to move forward, but you have to ask yourself, again, what am I focusing on? Because especially if things have already happened, if they already went down and, you know, the situation is what it is, worrying about it isn't going to help. It's not going to get you, you know, a better result. When bad things happen to us, it's okay to grieve it, and that's fine if that's what you guys are doing. You're in the grieving process. But you also have to make sure you get back up, okay? Make sure that you take the lessons that you learned from this and that you're able to move forward in a positive way. Okay, but I feel that there's a great sense of dissatisfaction, you know, that you may feel with something. Okay, this could have been maybe a job that you wanted that didn't come through for you, you know, a loved one that you were arguing with too much. Okay, but just something that you guys are really in your head about. And with the Tower card, this is something that's bringing, you know, immense change into your life. And we have the Hierophant in the reverse. So just with that in itself, I really just don't feel that it was something that was meant for you. Okay? And there's two ways to look at things. You know, you can look at someone or a job and say, oh my God, I'm so upset it didn't work out. Or you can tell yourself, you know, that wasn't meant for me, because what's truly meant for me, no one can get in the way. Okay? So it's just a situation that it wasn't going to serve your path, but don't see it as the worst thing in the world, okay? Because if it was truly meant for you, if, you know, it was your divine thing for you to be there, you'd be there, okay? So look at how you can move forward and how you can build yourself up, okay? Maybe take a different route for what it was that you wanted to manifest, okay? It doesn't mean that it's over. It's just maybe the way you went about it or with the person that you went about it with wasn't working for you. Okay, because I feel that it's leaving you with this great sense of dissatisfaction and, you know, instability, especially on the home front. All right, and we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So again, you're seeing the situation for what it is. You know that it's something that makes you feel unstable. You know it's something that you just feel unhappy. All right, and with the Judgment card in the reverse, you looked at it for what it was, and you know that it's bad judgment. Okay? You're no longer, you know, sitting here, you know, with all these swords. You take the blindfold off. You walk right away from the swords because there's literally so much room to do so. It's kind of like like the Titanic with, you know, Jack and this chick. But there was more than enough room on the iceberg. Like, they didn't have to die. Like, that shit pisses me off. But it's that situation where it's going to be something that you feel stuck, but you're really not, okay? You're stuck in your mind, but you're not physically stuck, okay? It's something that you can move on from, okay? So focus on what's coming in, what you want to work towards, and find new passion, okay? Don't stress yourself, you know, over things that can't be changed, things that already happened in the past. Moving forward, we have the Chariot in the reverse. So, again, Pisces, you guys have to worry, you know, you guys have to be careful with what you're putting your focus on this month, okay? Now, things are happening fast. You feel like they're spiraling out of control. You feel that you have no control over this situation. Okay, and with the Empress in the reverse, there's a start that doesn't happen, or there's, you know, something that you guys let go of due to secrets that come out. Okay? Now, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse here. So I really feel that this is something that you guys have put a lot of time and investment into, and that's why it's so tough to walk away. But even, you know, even if this is something that you spent 10, 15, 20 years, if it's something that's that deep, or just, you know, you spent a really, whatever is long to you, Nothing is ever a waste of time. There's always something to learn from our experiences. The worst thing in the world that ever happened to me was the most beneficial thing in the world that ever happened to me, you know, and I'm the person I am today because of it. So even if this was heart-wrenching, if it was crazy, and if it just pulled you to all these different places, that's a blessing, okay? Because it teaches you how to move forward. It teaches you, you know, how to deal with similar situations when they come up in the future. And, you know, the bigger your struggle, the bigger the reward. Okay, if you guys are going through, you know, big things in your life that could be looked at as negative, it's because there's something big that you're meant to do, and the universe needs you to fall in line with your purpose. Okay. The next card we have is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So, you know, you may have a Taurus energy or a Virgo energy or a Capricorn energy that's around you here. But if that's the case, they're either going to stop talking to you, or you just may stop talking to them. But I feel that there's something that, you know, you keep putting effort into, and you're either not getting the desired outcome that you want from the effort that you put in, or you just tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to give up and I'm just not going to put any effort in at all. And we have the Seven of Cups. So there's like this cloud that's over your face. There's these illusions that you might see. And anytime I see things like that, you know, I always tell you guys, you're the most intuitive sign, okay, in the zodiac. So you guys have to see things for what it is and deal with things as they come, okay? And as you move forward from this, as you let it go, there's still going to be an emotional investment here. There's still going to be, you know, closure that you may feel that you need, or someone that you may need to talk to again, even though it wasn't someone that, you know, put you in a good place. And closure isn't always something that we need, okay? If something didn't serve you well, what more can you get out of it by, you know, going back and just putting yourself in that pain again? Sometimes the best thing is, you know, to do is walk away. But if you feel, you know, by any means, if you guys feel like there's just something you gotta get off your chest, something that you have to tell somebody, I see you doing it at this time, okay? But don't linger too much, because this card is not meant to be in the reverse, okay? You're meant to be going into a new phase, so don't stay stagnant here. The last card we have is the King of Wands in the reverse. So if some of you are dealing with the Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, you know, this is going to be someone who's very charming, you know, very, just someone who people just gravitate towards, you know, naturally. Somebody who's a natural leader. But it's like they know that they have that power, and it doesn't have to be a fire sign. It could be anybody. It's like they know that they have that power, and they're going to use it to their advantage. And for some, you know, in some cases, it's for ill reason. You know, if this is a relationship that, you know, I'm describing here, then this person is more than likely seeing other people, okay? If this is, you know, referring to work, then this is somebody who's abusive of the power that they have, okay? And we have the Strength card in the reverse. So whoever this is, they debilitate you, okay? They put you in a weak state of mind. And with the Page of Wands, this is going to be something that you have to stop communicating with this person in order to avoid problems, in order to avoid things coming in, okay? Now it shows that, you know, if there is a betrayal or a harsh end, you guys are going to get over it, and there is going to be more balance in your life once you let go of this job, this lover, this situation, this friendship, okay? And once you get over it and you get over this hump, where does it lead you? The Ten of Pentacles. I feel like all the signs have had such a similar energy, and maybe it was the retrograde that we had, you know, that Mercury retrograde. But this is really a time, you know, to purge and to, you know, reflect on this last year, the last few years in our life. And you have to ask yourself, you know, what's helped me, what's hurt me, you know, what's hindered my progress. And you have to nip it in the butt, okay? Especially with you guys being so naturally intuitive. I feel like Pisces in particular are extra sensitive. So if you guys have negative people around you, it might drain you more than it drains another sign, okay? So you have to make sure that you are, you know, letting go of things that are going to make you feel drained, that are going to make you feel bad. And don't doubt your intuition. If your gut is telling you something is wrong, it's because it's wrong. It's because there's something, you know, that you need to address in order to move forward in a positive way, okay? So at the end of this, you guys completely let someone or something go, but it brings you nothing but abundance and good things. once we remove toxic energies, so many good things come into our lives. You know, when you have someone that's really not making you feel good as a person, that's probably why you're having, you know, trouble at work. That's probably why other things are happening. And I'll be completely honest with you guys, and this is something that I noticed, and I felt so bad about it because I just realized how powerful our energies could be. You know, I have my moments, you know. I don't know if it's the Taurus thing or if it's the Pisces in me, but I have my days where I kind of just want to be, you know, alone, and I want to be to myself. And I found out some news, and it was, you know, it wasn't anything that was too heavy, but it's just something that really pissed me off. And I was just in such a bad mood. And so, you know, a loved one of mine, they call and they're like, hey, you know, what's up? Are you okay? What's going on? And I went off on them. And that was a very low vibrational thing for me to do. And I used them as my punching bag. And, you know, we didn't talk that day. We ended up talking much later, you know, at the end of that day. But when I spoke to them in that way, it turned their entire day around. And then that person got into this huge argument, you know, in their household. And now my anger not only affected that person, but it affected their entire family. And then for like the past 2 or 3 days, there's just been constant arguing there. And I'm like, holy shit, I was the catalyst to all of that. And I apologized profusely, and that's when I learned, like, Lissette, you're more powerful than you know. And all of us are more powerful than we know, okay? So we're really, what we put out, guys, it's so important, okay? So if you're putting out a load of bullshit, you're going to get a load of bullshit back. When you put out positive, you know, vibes and energies, and you lift those around you, it's just, you know, it keeps trickling down. It keeps going on to the next person. But you guys really have to be, you know, aware of what's happening around you so that you can avoid, you know, troublesome situations. Now, let's see what's going on in terms of the advice. Now, like I use every month, Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen D. Farmer. All right. What is the advice card that the sign of Pisces needs to hear from December 15th to January 15th? What does the sign of Pisces need to hear? Ooh. No, Swayze, you can't have that. All right, we got 2. So we have synergy and invocation, okay? So let's see what both of these cards have in terms of advice. I usually just like to pull one card, but, you know, I'm learning now that nothing falls for no reason. So let's see what's going on, and let's start with ceremony. See what the advice is for that. All right, here we go. If I can find it, here we go. Whether through indifference, depression, life crisis, or any other manifestation of mental, emotional, or physical blockages, you have drifted from the intimacy with spirit for which you yearn. It is important to do what you can do to regain an experience of spiritual power that is contained within you and all around you. Do so by conducting a ceremony, one that involves not only spirit, but also material objects you consider sacred. The rest is talking about, guys, I'm not going to read it for the simple fact that we all have different beliefs, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys to, you know, set up an altar with all these crazy things, because there's just, everyone, we have different beliefs. But what this is saying is that you need to do something that's going to be close to you guys, that's going to get you into connection with Source again. You know, sorry, I just want to see what that said. You need to put yourself in a place where you're going to be able to really tune into yourself. What can help with that? You know, we can take a hike. When you guys are, you know, just in the middle of the forest and you don't really hear anything and your phone's away, it's such a powerful, you know, and magical feeling, especially if you know, decide to take your shoes off and you just walk barefoot. It's a very beautiful experience. And there's different things that we do to bring us to, you know, a place of peace. For some people, it could be singing your heart out, writing a song. For other people, it could be dancing, okay? For other people, yeah, maybe you're going to set up that altar and, you know, put certain candles and, you know, pray to a certain God. That's fine. Whatever works for you, do it. That's the only reason I'm not reading it, guys, because I don't want to push any sort of beliefs or, like, nah, I'm not going to do that to you guys. But you guys have to put yourself in a place, what brings you back to you, okay? What's something in your life that you constantly, you know, that it brings you balance? For me right now, it's literally just being alone, okay? And just being in my own mind for a day, not really talking to people. That's what helps me, you know, rewire. In the past, it used to be dance, okay? Because I was on a dance team for like 12 years. So that was my thing. That was my escape, okay? It didn't matter what was going on in my life. Like, if I had to break up with someone or if I had to do anything like that, I would always do it right before dance class. Because I knew that, you know, 2 or 3 hours later when I get out of that dance class, I didn't give a shit about anything. I was just like, oof, I'm me again. So that's what you guys need right now, because there's that, you know, dissonance. There's that connection to source that you guys don't have right now. And with you guys being so intuitive and you guys being somebody that, you know, if you guys work on, you know, and when I say psychic abilities, I don't mean looking into a crystal ball. I mean walking into a room, you know, with somebody that you've never met before and automatically guarding yourself knowing that they're no good, okay? That is what you guys naturally have. That is your psychic ability. So when you have that, you have to really work on that, okay? And if you let the world distract you, if you let bad situations distract you, you're going to move away from that power. And it's such a convenient power to have, so you don't want to let that go, all right? The next card that you guys have is synergy. Okay. Let's find this. All right, here we go. Is this the right page? Yeah. You have the advantage of an incredible synergy at this time. A flow of life is guiding you, where things just seem to fall into place as you move about your business. You are in a mutually cooperative interaction with spirit as your will is aligned, okay, with its will if you choose for it to be. And your mission is congruent with your sense of purpose. When this is happening, there is synergy, a way that your life force is continually coming into balance with the forces of nature. There's also synergy between your spiritual awareness and your personal self or ego. Be aware of the various idiosyncrasies of your ego and do not take any of them too seriously. Know that your higher self is always looking out for your best interests. In this cycle, tune into that guidance, however it shows up, and you will find that you move through life with greater ease due to synergistic balance of forces expressing themselves as you. Okay? So one card is saying that you're straying away, okay, from that connection that you have with Source. But the other card is telling you that that connection is there, okay? But you guys might just be blind to it, or you might have just drifted off, okay? But you never drift off too far, you know. Even if we feel like we're in a place that we've hit rock bottom, there's literally no place to go but up. That's why maybe it's not the worst place to be, because it's like, well, how can I do worse than what I'm doing now? You know, let me do something to build myself. So especially with you guys having synergy around you, if there is an opportunity that you didn't get, a job that you didn't get, a relationship that didn't work out, a friendship that fell through the cracks, I really don't feel that it was something that was meant for you, okay? Because I feel that the things that are meant for you, they are coming in. They're going to naturally flow in. So ask yourself if there's things or people in your life that you're really, really trying to force to stay with. If you constantly have to convince a person or even a job, you know, to keep you around, come on, all right? We weren't brought into this life to beg for love, okay? We were brought into this life because we all have a soul purpose. And when you're not in line with that soul purpose, things aren't going to work out. But that's not a bad thing. That's a blessing, because it redirects you to get to your purpose. So I don't want you guys to really be in your heads about what didn't work out. Be happy and thankful that it didn't work out, because that's one thing that you can cross off the list, and you can say, okay, well, that didn't work. Well, what else is meant for me? What else am I meant to do? Okay, so you guys have to find that, you know, alignment. Where if you feel that you're forcing someone, or if you feel like you're forcing a job, no, let it go. We don't have time. How long did it take you guys to convince yourselves that, you know, you're worth something good and that you love yourself? A long fucking time, okay? For some of you, it was probably over 20 years that it took for you guys to come to that realization. For some of you, you could be in your 30s, 40s, 50s and still not be that way. And that's just saying that you don't have that kind of time to convince somebody else. Okay? If someone's not with your flow, guys, just keep riding the wave. Okay? Stop swimming against the current. Get on a surfboard and just let it carry you. Okay? Just let it carry you downstream. So just know, if it didn't happen, it's because it wasn't meant for you. Do not beat yourself up. Be happy that you're now on a better path where you can find what your purpose is. And again, guys, if there's anything that's throwing your energy off, if there's anyone that you feel uneasy around, you got to listen to that. Okay, you guys have that natural ability to do that. I tell you every single reading I do for you guys. Okay, so I really want to make sure that you guys are going, towards the right way. So guys, with keeping that in mind, I want you to go into the new year and just know that you're powerful. Just know that anything that you wish for, anything that you truly want to manifest is going to be manifested. Maybe it won't manifest, in the way that you thought it would, or maybe it won't manifest with the person you thought that you would manifest it with. Okay? But that's life, and that's the fun part, figuring out what's going to work for us and figuring out what's not. Okay? So don't look at anything as a waste of time. Just look at it as a learned experience. Okay? Because there has to be this point where we realize that everything that we go through is for a reason. If you're going through something that's really big and really hurtful, it's because there's something really big and healing that you're supposed to do. So you guys want to look at it from that angle and make sure that you're focusing on the solution to your problems. Okay? Looking back and just dwelling on what didn't work out for us, it's really not going to help, because it happened and there's really nothing that we can do about it at this point. So how can you build up? How can you elevate yourself? How can you get back on track? Okay? And you guys are going to go into this new year on track. I know that you will. Pisces, I love you guys so much. And I'm wishing you, a happy, good new year. And I hope that everything that you wish for does come into your life the way it's supposed to, not necessarily the way that you may always plan. Okay? Now, the wait time, guys, for the readings, 3 to 5 days. If you guys want an emergency reading, there's 2 ways to get it. You could email me, let me know what you need, pick the emergency reading that you want. I'll get it to you within 24 hours. Or you can use the app called InstantGo. My link is below. It's only for iPhone users now, but well, no, I know it's going to come out for Android, but when it does, in a few months' time, I'll definitely let you guys know. I'll make a video about it. Excuse me. But, yeah, with those 2, I'll get it to you within 24 hours. You guys could choose to do it the way that you want. All of the readings that I do, unless it's on the InstantGo app, all of the readings that I do are recorded. If you do want a face-to-face Skype, you guys have to do an hour or more. Only because if I, had to set up Skype with all these people, I would be so inefficient. Okay, I wouldn't be able to get through these readings the way that I do. Okay, so I hope you guys understand why I do that. But I love you guys so much, and I'm wishing you the absolute best going into this new year. You guys got this. Okay, take care.